Hello, my name is Anthony King, and in this video, I'll be discussing media bias and like different outlets and like how they basically covered Charlie Kirk's death and stuff, and like how different like news stations or outlets describe his death, or like how they talked about it, and like how different journalists talked about it and like described it. And I will also be discussing like how like different demographics felt about it, or like talked about it, or just basically just how like they discussed about it or felt about it, like white, black, Asian, Mexican, just all the different type of demographics, and like, yeah. And I'll also be pointing out the different rhetorical and the rhetorical strategies each of the outlets used, and like the different journalists used when Charlie Kirk died, and also how it affect the audience. Okay, so for a quick context, Charlie Kirk was like a speaker and stuff, and he was shot in September 10th, 2025, and this was like a big thing and stuff like that, and I don't know, it was just all over the news, and basically ABC and CBS and like the press, a lot of different, pretty much all outlets covered it. But for my outlets, CBS, New York Post, ABC, like they all covered the issue. And to add on to that, that was actually Logos. That was a fact. He died September 10th, 2025, at a speaking event. And each of my outlets, they use Logos and like facts, like the date and the time, and like what was he doing, like who was he, which are like facts and statistics, which is Logos. Each of them use Logos. Now I'm going to discuss all five outlets, and like how they, like each and every one of them, how they like used rhetorical strategies. So ABC's coverage emphasizes like the timeline and the background, and they like also highlighted like how like other politicians like felt, like their reactions, and like how they felt about the death, and like how shocked they were. And then ABC News, they actually come with like facts, like who, when, where, with quotes that show the fallout or like the responses about the death. And rhetorically, ABC News, they use Logos, they use like timelines and like official statements and stuff like that. And they use they use pathos based off like the politicians' reactions and stuff like that. So which is like how they felt and like their emotions, like hearing about the death and like their reactions and stuff like that. So it's like a combination of like Logos and pathos for ABC News. And CNN, they kind of use Logos as well, and ethos, because the reason why they use ethos is because they give like the like professionals opinions on the death, and like what happened and how it happened and stuff like that. So pretty much, yeah. And then the Logos part, like they also gave like the exact timelines and like the day, and like just like facts. And then CBS News is more of like pathos, and the reason why it's like pathos is because like they gave more of like the human side, and like your everyday type of person, like their type of reaction. Like the people that seen it, they interviewed like the people, like on their like reactions and stuff like that, and like how they felt about it. And they also use ethos because they had like senior journalists and like named correspondents talk about like the situation and how they felt about it. And they really just, the tone is like reflective. And then yeah, and then BBC News is more of like logos. They're more of like the how I say it, they're more like the investigating side of it, like the police side of it. And like they were trying to like find like who did it, and like how it happened, where did it happen, and stuff like that, and like how they're gonna like catch the person or whatever, and stuff like that. So it's more of on that side, like logo side, like stating facts, like where did the bullet come from, or just basically facts on how to find the killer. And yeah, and then the New Yorker news is, it's more like ethos and logos, because the reason why it's ethos is because like they had like long-term journalists, or like known journalists and like researchers and stuff like talk about the subject, and like they stated like facts. And yeah, and then basically with those 5 outlets that I stated, like you could kind of see like a pattern between like ethos, logos, really ethos and logos mainly, and then you have some like a few pathos. But yeah, and the way like independent like TikTokers or like Instagrammers or like YouTubers reacted. So for one, you have the side that is like mourning on like what happened and like how it happened and stuff like that. And then you have like another side another side like they're not like, they don't like care, like it's just like happened because like I guess Charlie Kirk did, while he was alive, did say like a couple like crazy things and stuff. So like people were just like making like jokes about it and stuff like that. And then you also have like a middle ground where people just don't care, because like they're not really into like politics like that. So yeah, so it's just different sides of a coin. Like you have people that that like are really like mourning and like mad, or like researching like on like who was the shooter and stuff like that. And just like, yeah. And then you have, or the way this could fit in like rhetorical theory, you have that side as logos, and the other side that like don't really take it seriously, like that's more of like pathos. Like their reaction was based off like emotion, like the way Charlie Kirk made them feel is the way like they reacted. So yeah. And then like for like race and stuff, or like and then like you have like the different races and stuff. So like for like the white people, you kind of have, they're like mad about the situation, or they're more like mourning the situation, like sad. And then you also have like black people, or, well, not like it was like white and Mexican, they was kind of like mourning it and stuff. And then it was like Mexican and black, like they didn't really like care, because like Charlie Kirk, he wasn't, I don't know, he was like very, I guess you could say like disrespectful to like that demographic, because I don't know, he just said like very like inconsiderate, or like ignorant things about that race. So like, of course, like when he died, like they didn't really care, or like they felt a certain way, like pathos, like emotion and stuff like that. So yeah, but in conclusion, like the different outlets and like different demographics, like ages and race, they all reacted to it in a different way. Yeah.